This is TWiT.
Okay, let's get to our first big Apple story of the week.
So it's almost 3 o'clock. Why not?
The new emojis coming to iOS in 2020. Finally, what you've been waiting for, the lung emoji is actually that might be timely. That goes right well.
That dude's wearing a mask at least.
Yeah, there's a ninja. There's boba tea. You know, I thought those were tapioca pearls.
So I'm completely getting this wrong.
No, they're cornstarch balls.
So I thought that was Starbucks s'mores frappuccino, and this was a COVID-19 preparedness emoji. Am I completely getting these wrong?
There's a dodo, which is also, I think, appropriate. That's your climate change emoji. A babushka doll, a piñata, a decent tamale. I have to say the Google version of this tamale emoji is disgusting. I don't know what's in it.
Mexican food and no poutine, though. I mean, this really seems like it's not fair to North America.
You should be annoyed. And I don't think that's a Canadian hand gesture.
No, that's an Italian gesture,
yes,
I'm really certain.
They call it pinched fingers. A little tip of the hat to Australia.
That gesture. I thought that was a weird pick.
Oh, they do, Lory, just not in polite company.
Do they?
Go to the North End.
It could be like, that's delicious.
I saw Tony Soprano use it once, and good things did not happen to the person he gave it to.
See, I feel like, and maybe it's just me, and we were talking about this on TWiT, I feel like that's dirty, doing that.
There's a polite version, but I think if you open your hands in the wrong way, then you're
so I don't even know.
and then my speculation was all Italian hand gestures have something to do with your wife is sleeping around on you. I think all of them mean that you've been cuckolded. I just think that's.
I will say that my grandfather was an Italian immigrant and a proud member of the Sons of Italy, and I did occasionally see that in big like family gatherings, neighborhood gatherings at the grown-ups table. And when if they saw people doing that, then the children were hushed away to another space because
the Italian viewers are getting so angry at us right now. They're writing in going, Leo, don't you know that this is really a gesture from the hills of Napoli that means in fervent love of your soul and peace and happiness? How dare you? Does.
Here is the text from Emojipedia, which is the authority, Jeremy Bruges' site. And, of course, he's on the Unicode committee for emoji, so he does know.
Okay.
It says, pinched fingers has a variety of... In Italy, this hand gesture tends to be used in disagreement, frustration, or disbelief and can mean, what do you want, what are you seeing, or your wife is sleeping around on you. Outside Italy, anyone performing a caricature of an Italian person, regardless of context or tone, might use this gesture. Well, that's good. So, in other words, it's a stereotype. Okay, good. Pinched fingers has a variety of other culturally specific uses. In Israeli culture, it can mean hold on, relax, be patient. The K-pop star Yuri uses it as a signature gesture to represent a dumpling. And it's a general warm sentiment. It can also be used, well, we won't go on. So, I missed that usage.
Never underestimate the power of K-pop.
So I'm going to choose to. It means dumpling.
That might be why that's on the list. If a K-pop star
they're powerful.
Makes this, that's a powerful.
That's what it means.
People
this is to benefit the stands out there. Then there's a boomerang. Nice tip of the hat to Aussies. A ninja, which I don't think is something the Japanese particularly were asking for. I'm thinking that's a comic book thing.
Not even historically accurate ninja. That's a very
That's American nerds.
Like if you're supposed to be hiding and you dress like that, everyone's going to know you're the ninja.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still COVID. Like only ninjas dress that way.
No, ninjas should wear flannel shirts. Should look normal. Chinos,
of course.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a quarter, which is interesting. That's a very American-looking coin. In Apple's.
Why does that particular version say the crazy one?
Because it's Apple.
Because Apple.
Here's to the crazy ones. If you were to flip it over.
Is this Apple's?
Yes, these are Apple's.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
These are Apple's. Okay. Well, I could show you Google's, but they're so horrible. Google, it's like they have.
Twitters aren't great either.
It's like a child doing the illustrations. There's a very anatomically correct heart.
Yeah, that's a very curious Valentine message to send to somebody over text.
I'll rip your heart out with my pinched
especially with
fingers, dumpling. There's a beaver. We know what that's going to be used for. What the hell?
Canada.
This is like every gender. Is this a transgender symbol?
Firewire.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
it's fire or
what a lot of people
or
can say.
Firewire 3. Either one. Yeah. That's the Thunderbolt 4 logo. There's Boba
It's
Tea.
retaliation for J.K. Rowling. Good for them.
So this is transgender, basically.
Yes.
Male, female, and then the transgender.
Yes.
That's cool.
Or
I like
all. I
that.
think it's meant to be inclusive.
It's basically all.
Yeah.
All genders. And then there's lungs. Again, anatomically correct. Although I believe that trachea should be a little bit shorter, but I don't know. I'm just guessing. There you go. Those are the new emojis. The anatomical heart and lungs coming to the emoji keyboard later this year. There is a lot of discussion over the pinched fingers. Babushka, I like that. That's nice. The nesting dolls, those are pretty.
Is that a Matryoshka call? Yeah,
Matryoshka,
yeah,
not
does anything
babushka.
They should actually, if they're gonna, they should do it all the way. They should make sure there are smaller versions of it, so you can actually do the full.
Like you
nesting
hold
one.
down, and they pop up the smaller version.
Well, I think Apple's done something clever. Instead of just showing the outer layer, they actually have the bottom of the outer layer and then the next layer in peeping out. So you do get the idea it's nested.
I wonder
So
if they
it's the
drafted
emoji
the
for
vice
middle
versa.
sister.
Little sister. Oh, it could be.
Middle sister. Yeah.
Middle sister. There's actually meat filling in the tamale, which is, again, better than Google's.
It's not vegan.
Yeah. When you blow these up, they're really quite detailed, I think.
Where is my
Yeah.
poutine emoji? I've been asking for
Because,
years.
what would it look like? People would not know it's poutine. They'd think, what is that, vomit?
I don't know how many people recognize a tamale, though. I mean, in China, they probably think it's one of those,
that's
one of
kind
the
of-
Chinese dumplings.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't really matter because the reason why they released these so many months before they actually put them out on software is so that the entire internet community can figure out what sexual thing are we going to use this as a shorthand for. So it's
Obviously.
like, ooh,
Obviously.
she sent me a burrito emoji plus this emoji plus a
Why the
match
carrot
emoji.
instead of the eggplant? What did I do?
The carrot instead of the eggplant. So this is, let's find the Google version of the, this is Apple's. Oh, wow. That's a burrito. No, I don't want burrito. I want tamale. Wow. They're really, you know what? That's interesting.
That burrito doesn't have French fries in because it's not from Sacramento.
Yeah, forget it. It's not a California burrito. Don't eat it.
It's interesting. Tamale was approved as part of. Boy, they haven't finished this entry apparently. There's just an ellipsis. It's 01F84. Okay. Here you can copy and paste 01F84 from this page. Why? There's a lot of Mexican food. That's interesting.
Well, it's great cuisine, but I mean, they spread
It's
the
the
love.
best food.
Who doesn't love it? There is stuffed flatbread bread and falafel.
Falafel.
There's originally there was a lot of Japanese food. So,
Yes.
the rice cracker, rice ball, cooked rice, curry rice, steaming. There's like 3 rices right there. Steaming bowl, spaghetti, roasted sweet potato, oden, which is, again, that like the tamale, I think oden is probably something mostly Japanese or maybe just Asian users would know. Fish cake with swirl, moon cake, dango, dumpling. So yeah, it's good. It's good we finally
No mochi though. I was hoping for mochi.
Mochi. Yeah.
Did you submit a request for a new emoji? Because you can do that. You can submit it to the
I
know.
Unicode Consortium.
I know, and it's
Consortium.
what's interesting, and Jeremy Bruce, who's been on our shows many times, has told me that sometimes, like I think Tanya, our former booker, Tanya Hall, I think was the milkshake emoji, wasn't she, John? I think she submitted it. I think Jeremy said, this is Tanya's emoji.
That's
That's
amazing.
so great.
Isn't that a nice feeling to know you've got, an emoji named after you?
The Italian
Tanya's
pinch
milkshake.
hand comes from a small gentleman, tiny suburb of Brooklyn. So these will come out with iOS 14.1 probably in October.
Oh, not with 14. They're not in the beta.
See, they're super smart because they release a new update and they know like some percentage of people will do it just because it's new. But then a month later, when the numbers, it's not everybody hasn't updated yet. They put out the new version, and then some people get it, and you start seeing those squares on Twitter because you're not hip enough to have the latest. And then like the real upgrade stats happen because people got to have their emoji.
That's why I didn't get a tamale emoji. I'm not hip enough. No. I just got 01F4DU instead of the real deal.
Does anybody know what fondue is anymore? That seems like such a 70s thing.
Oh, there's restaurants.
Whenever you say that, I hear the ABBA music my parents played while having fondue.
Haven't you been to the melting pot?